Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Anime Rainbow. Today I got for you Kaiju number 8, chapter 53. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you celebrate that. If not, ignore it completely. What is going on? Alright, what is going on with Kaiju number 9? What is going on with Narumi, Kafka, Kikoru? Those are the only questions we really need to answer. Let's start off with Kikoru. Completely broken, shattered. Much like what I talked about in like the previous 2 chapter reviews. Her and her pistol is just nothing that she can do, but I am glad to see that she didn't let her emotions overtake her judgment and her common sense. All right, she's not just running in recklessly. She's broken, she's down, she's tired. I mean, she just fought the clones of number 9. Now here she's going up against the big boss himself, and she doesn't have her main weapon. She is not able to contribute to this fight. In all retrospect, you really don't want her to. Again, very high emotions, and the fact that just the appearance of half of her father's face coming out, you know, Kaiju number 9 just tormenting her, just half of his face popping out, was enough to reduce her to this. I couldn't imagine if, you know, he really started playing with her mind in that regard. I mean, she would probably go down. Kafka and Narumi. Absolute savage mode, but it's not enough. I mean, they do get some hits in, don't get me wrong. Narumi manages to take an arm. Those eyes that he has of the first Daikaiju are proving more problematic than what I think number 9 is willing to give credit to. He says the main problem here is Kaiju number 8, not necessarily Narumi. Even though Narumi's eyes do pose a problem, I think that if it was a one-on-one at this stage that we see Narumi, number 9 would wipe the floor with him. Would he be problematic? Yes, but that's really just because of the future sight ability. That and his bayonet. It's more sturdy than what I gave it credit for. That final attack by number 9, or the second to last attack by number 9, I thought was gonna blow him away the same way we saw it blow Kikoru kind of back, but he just slammed the bayonet in the ground, and it was enough to just hold back the entire force. It was also enough to shield his entire body. Kafka, he took the blast, you know, what you would expect, but he showed a lot more resilience than what I thought he was going to demonstrate. It shows that if Kafka is able to get a solid hit off on number 9, it'll chew through his defenses, which is actually really significant. He can't just debo attacks like you would expect him to be able to. I'm talking about Kaiju number 9. He has to be smart with how he plays it. He can't just take his own blast. At the very end, we see him fly up in the air, but I'll talk more about that later. Kafka let raw emotion take over, and something that this mangaka does a lot is that he likes to communicate through the eyes of his characters. So when you see Kafka's eyes beginning to black out, you can't help but think that the more Kaiju number 8 is taking over. I am a little bit worried about what is going to happen the next time 8 does take over, if 8 ever takes over again. I would be a little bit shocked if after that one time Kafka has complete control over the ability of transformation between him and number 8, but I definitely assumed that this was going to be a moment of him potentially losing control. It might still happen in chapter 54 because number 9 isn't out of the woodworks yet, but it's seeming like it's just far too much. Number 9 has too much at his disposal. And since we're already leaning towards number 9 in this discussion, let's just go ahead and start talking about him and how he handled Narumi and how he handled Kafka. In this situation. It was just an all-out power blitz. There's no other way to describe it. You see the integration that he has with number 2 and able to discharge a large amount of electricity from his body. Even at the end when he's trying to get away, he's looking at the scientist guy in Kikoru, because Narumi and Kafka aren't gonna let this man get away, right? Narumi lobs off an arm even when Kafka is having all of these doubtful thoughts in his head. Narumi's straight up, bruh, don't let off the gas. We're not letting this thing get away. We're ending this here and now. He really doesn't have any qualm whatsoever about attacking Isao's former body. Let's get that out there. He has no issue whatsoever. He took that arm like it was nothing, and he's giving commands to Kafka like he's just a regular dude. Like this isn't Isao and his body, his former mentor or whatever he meant to him. He clearly meant a lot to him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so enraged. We've never seen this man mad before, and I still think he has a lot further to go. But I'm assuming he is at a very high level of being pissed off. The only issue is, just like with Kikoru, he is human and he was just fighting a clone. Now, the very last attack that you see, because they survived the output blast, it wasn't large enough to hit Kikoru and the scientist guy. So you have to think, with all of this talk that we got going on about fusions and being acclimated to the new body and stuff like that, He's not able to put up a defense or anything like that. His blasts are only gonna become more powerful the more comfortable he gets in the body. The discharges are gonna be larger, so he's probably gonna be able to take on an entire city with just discharging lightning if he doesn't become unfused to number 2. Because of the adverse effects of the fusion and the fact that he simply can't just harden his body, his regeneration is hampered. A lot of things that are tied to his defense are because everything hasn't settled yet. So when things do finally settle, it's just going to be like clockwork for him, just like if he had one of his old bodies. What I'm getting for this and what I am predicting that's going to happen in the future, whether that be 1 chapter, 2 chapters, 3 chapters, is that every body needs an upgrade. Like, it's not even a question at this point. Kikoru, Narumi, Kafka, all of them need numbered weapons. Like, numbered physical weapons. I know Narumi has his eyes, but that's not going to cut it if your main weapon used for offense cannot handle the threat that's in front of you. And it can. It's cut an arm, but it cut the arm off of number 9 before the fusion and everything has had a chance to settle, which he said this chapter directly affects his ability to harden and to regenerate. This is their best bet. If they can't take him out next chapter before he flies away, there's nothing that they have at their disposal currently that is going to be able to take down number 9. It's going to take in the form of numbered weapons. I'm under the assumption that Kafka is going to get numbered weapon 6. Narumi has the eyes of Daikaiju number 1. There has to be a physical weapon that goes with it. There just has to be. So he's going to get the additional weapons for number 1. Whether he's going to be able to use it effectively right out the gate or not, that's left up to be seen. It could be a situation of him having received the eyes first, and the Director General Isao Shinomiya only has him practicing with the physical weapon of Daikaiju number 1 so that his body can get acclimated to it, and it's not like a stamina issue, right? The more numbered weapons and numbered organs you have going on at the same time, the more stamina draining that it is, and you can't have that in a battle situation. Kikoru, I think I would be wrong to say that Kikoru is not going to get the numbered weapon of Daikaiju number 4, the same one that her mom had. I think it's time. Whoever takes over as the new Director General, whether it be bald-headed guy or whether it be eye-patchy guy, I think they're going to pull the trigger on that, and they're going to continue with the vision that Shinomiya had for Kafka in the first division. There's going to be a lot of info structure change, but I can't see a training arc not coming from this. A training skip arc, a training arc that results from a time skip is what I'm saying. But I think I've rambled on long enough. A lot of speculation coming this chapter, a lot of discussion. Hopefully you made it to the end. If you are new, go post Ultra and smash that subscribe button. Let me know you rock with the content that I put out on the channel. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video. Comment on the video your thoughts about everything that was discussed in this this discussion video. Subscribe if you are brand new, and like always, until next time, I'm out.